China buys Chicago Stock Exchange? This and more coming up. Welcome to the Shikama Live Show with your host, Shikama. One of America's oldest stock exchanges has just been sold to China. The 134-year-old Chicago Stock Exchange reached a deal on Friday to be acquired by a Chinese-led group of investors. The purchase of Chongqing Caixin Enterprise Group is the latest U.S. investment made by China and would give the country a foothold in the vast American stock market. The struggling Chicago Stock Exchange is a very small player in the exchange world whose presence is overshadowed by NASDAQ and DAQ, the iconic New York Stock Exchange, and newer entrants. As of January, the Chicago Stock Exchange handled just 0.5% of U.S. trading, making it the third smallest U.S. exchange, according to TABB Group. Terms of the Chicago acquisition were not released. Privately held Caixin Group was founded in 1997 and has investments in real estate, environmental protection, finance, and other areas. The Chicago Stock Exchange is minority owned by a group that includes Bank of America, BAC, E-Trade, ETFC, Goldman Sachs, GS, and JP Morgan Chase, JPM. It's not clear yet if the acquisition of the tiny Chicago Stock Exchange will face any political hurdles. Some prominent lawmakers oppose the attempted takeover of NYSE in 2011 by Deutsche Börse, DBOEF, a German company. That deal collapsed and NYSE was acquired by Intercontinental Exchange, ICE, in 2012. The Chicago Stock Exchange is such a small player, it's certainly not as iconic as the New York Stock Exchange, said Joel Hasbrook, a finance professor at New York University. There are precedents for foreign ties to U.S. exchanges. For instance, in 2007, NASDAQ merged with OMX and Nordic Exchange, becoming NASDAQ OMX Group. It has since changed its name back to NASDAQ. Still, Joel Saluzzi, co-head of trading at Famous Trading and author of Broken Markets, said the fact that a foreign entity could soon control a U.S. exchange may raise security concerns. Quote, does foreign ownership open up any potential for information leakage to someone who can take advantage of it? As an investor, I would raise an eyebrow, Saluzzi said. As long as the information is secure, I don't have any problem with it, he said. China has been on a buying spree this year. Its largest deal was a $43 billion takeover of Swiss chemical agent Syngenta earlier this week. So far in 2016, Chinese companies have announced plans to buy 66 foreign countries worth $68 billion, according to Deal Logic. Sayena Mostafi, head of equities research at TABB, said the Chicago Stock Exchange deal represents a vote of confidence in the U.S. stock market. Quote, we have one of the most liquid and efficient stock markets in the world. People are looking at us as a model they want to be part of and invest in, she said. Now, as to my own personal goals, I want to set up a black stock exchange, I guess in Atlanta. There are a lot of black farmers who are put out of business, not because they have bad produce or anything like that, but because they are squeezed out of the market by the exchanges and they are incapable of getting their produce to market. So I wanted to set up a black stock exchange for all of the black farmers in the southern region of the United States so that they could get their produce to the various stores or what have you, purchasers of such goods. I have been researching this off and on for a few years already. Tell me what you think about that. Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show.